Okay, good evening, everybody. I'm going to just get right to the heart of the matter. What are the real essentials that you need to succeed in this business? And I think there's a few, and they're not many, and they're real kind of simple. But one is to understand the fact that you're sifting for people who are interested in making some extra income, who are interested in changing their life financially, who is interested in securing their financial health, uh, uh, who are willing to have an open ear, even just to listen to why they should own gold and silver. And once they come to the decision they should own some gold and silver, it's intuitive that they'd want to get it at the best price and accumulate it, and where it's easiest way to do it, trusted, and they don't even have to worry about storing it, and they can go in and out of silver and gold and cash almost instantaneously, like you do online banking. Okay, so that's why you need to learn skills, attitudes, and techniques. You get better and better at this the more you do it. Actually, you get better and better at it the more you fail at it. Okay, but you got to keep trying, you got to keep fishing, you got to keep doing. There's the main key. And so as long as you're willing to do that, then you have a chance to really do something different. So what are some of the essentials that you need? Now you know the objectives. Okay. Now we know what we're after. So our goals, and they're the same every day. And then we use all kind of different peak interest techniques and things like that. And you're going to find the ones that you really like. But what are some of the essentials that you need to know, and you need to internalize, and you need to be able to just roll off your tongue? These are the things I want you to know to be able to talk about, and talk about lucidly and with clarity. Okay. And so you need to learn 3 examples, and you need to know them and be able to repeat them, not necessarily the exact same words, but they all have the same details in it. One is the Silver Eagle silver bullion 1 ounce piece, and the $1 bill. Part of the tool set. I hadn't talked about that tool set in a long time, but you got to always have your tool set with you. And I just so happen to pull mine out of my pocket, have it right here in front of me, but there's that $1 bill. That's part of that tool set. And I'll show you how I keep mine. That $1 bill and that beautiful 1 ounce silver eagle. So you got to learn this story. What is that story? Well, learn to put that silver eagle in people's hand and ask them, well, what is that? And just keep asking them, what do you call that? What is it? And 99.9% of people are going to say it's silver dollar, because that's what people say. They say, you're exactly right, that's silver dollar. And that's what it says. But do you know you have 1 ounce of pure 999 silver in your hand? 1 ounce of pure silver in your hand. So it's worth a lot more than that dollar. Don't take that dollar, that silver dollar. Don't take it down to the store and buy something with it. Okay? Because that coin you have in your hand is worth about $28. And so you know what that is. That's a paper dollar. That's a fiat dollar. Okay? And that's a silver dollar. Well, in 1965, you could take this 1 ounce coin or this $1 bill, 2,500 of each. You could take it to the Ford store and buy a brand new Ford Mustang in 1965. But here's the problem. Most people are taught to save this thing, paper. That's what they're taught to do. They're taught to put it in 401ks, IRAs, annuities. That they're going to have a secure retirement if they save X amount and do this every month, save, and put it in paper instruments, any kind of paper instrument. But they're not taught to save this, and it doesn't matter how old you are, you still need to own some, okay? And now why? Why are you saying that? Why am I telling you this? Because now let's fast forward. That's what you've been saving. Now here we are in 2020. Now let's go retire, okay? So it's 35, 55 years, okay? Let's say you have a little bit of this in 401ks and saving plans or IRAs or something. So go draw out 2,500 of them dollars, take it to the Ford store and tell them you want a new car. And they're going to say you got enough for a down payment or enough to buy the tires, okay, and the wheels, maybe. But see, if you would have had those same 2,500 ounces of silver coins, or if you'd have saved that instead and you'd had 2,500 of these suckers, you could buy 2 brand new Ford Mustangs. 2 brand new Ford Mustangs. That's why you need to own some gold and silver, even now, to protect your wealth. And I got a video I want you to show you. I want you to listen to it. Not me, but I want you to hear why. So let's play the video. See, that you can have that conversation right there, and that leads you into playing the video. Oh, well, another story I want you to learn to say it off the tip of your head. It's coming off the tip of my head. Is let's say in 1965, let's go back again, you inherit $10,000. Okay, and that $10,000, you have a choice. You just got married in 1965, got a baby coming. You just put a purchase agreement in on a house and you're approved for a loan for it for 30 years. But now you inherited this $10,000. So what would you do? Would you go ahead and pay for your house, cash? Because see, in 1965, the average cost of a 3-bedroom, 1,000 square foot, 1-bath home in America was approximately $10,000. That's pretty cool. And you had no mortgage. Or you could take that $10,000 and buy gold with it, $10,000 worth of gold, and just held it. So what would you have done? And everybody's going to say, I'm going to pay cash for that house, or I'm going to put some on my down payment and keep the rest. That's what most 99.99% of people will answer that question that way. And then you just show them. And how do you show them? See, you got to have this. You got to have these things. You got to always have one with you. That's part of that tool set, okay? And when you're telling them that story, you also use your 1-page demonstration and pull it up, because the picture tells 1,000 words, okay? And you say, well, gee whiz, if you'd have bought the house, it would be worth about $87,000 today, and get the updated one. See, this, I got the 2019, we got 20 figures in there now. And so it'd be worth about $87,000. I got new ones here. I don't know where they're at. I should have grabbed one. It's my old 2 set. Okay. Let's go to the new one. There we go. See, 2020. Okay. And by the way, it shows up in one picture, the example you just told them about, but it puts it in print form. Okay. Now, you say, well, if you would have went ahead and got that mortgage in 1965, bought that house, paid it off, it's still been paid off in 1995. You'd still have that house paid off for. Okay. You still own it free and clear. And if you'd have put that 10,000 over in gold, you'd had $528,000. Actually, it's more than that now. It's about 587,000 at current prices. $500,000. Couldn't you retire in style with that? And comfortably? See, we make wrong choices because we've been fed wrong information. What I want to do is share with you information that you can make some right choices on, like I'm making now. And owning gold and silver is part of that. It's part of our insurance program to secure what we have and keep what we have and not lose it in the dollar bill and the government printing up money. Because see, when the government prints up money, it dilutes our buying power. That's why when they created the dollar bill in 1913, it would buy $1 worth of goods and services. But in a short 100 years, in 2013, it will only buy a nickel of those same goods and services because the government prints up money. It's no longer backed by gold and silver. That's why gold and silver buy more than their stated value on the coins. You can spend them for that stated value, but why not sell them for the gold and silver content plus a little premium for the Eagle coins? Because people are willing to pay that, okay? Because they want some of them. They understand the principle we just talked about. Okay, so the $1.2 million mistake. Now, you all know about it. There's a real short video, less than 3 minutes on it, that explains it, and that's the tool you can be using and to keep feeding people information that you've had this discussion with. Okay, and what you're going to do is explain the difference and say, look, that coin looks just like that coin, doesn't it? Except it's in a plastic case and that one's not. This one I hand, touch, this one's never had a finger, skin touch it. It's what you call a mint state 70, a perfect coin. There's less than 5% of these out of the millions and millions and millions of these that are produced every year that come out. So they're rare, they're exclusive, they're unique. Now, that is the engine that creates residual income, but it's also something that gives you another product, more diversification, and because this is a numismatic. Now, in 7K, our membership affords us the benefit to buy this at dealer cost. It doesn't matter if we're buying one coin or 1,000 coins. So we get it at the best price in the marketplace, better than you buy anywhere else from a trusted source. Now, what I mean by trusted sources, you're going to get real silver eagles and not Chinese fakes. Okay, that's what I mean by. So many people buying from these websites and they don't know what they're buying, and they buy a tube of these things and they think they're getting silver eagles, and they get Chinese fakes. They don't even weigh but about 0.87 ounces, okay, 0.88. And so they're just a good fake. Now, on the pictures on the websites, they got real pictures of the real coins. But when they receive them, they kind of look like them. And to novices that don't know any better, they really think they got a good deal. Because I've had several people call me up and tell me what a great deal they got on their Silver Eagles. And so then when we look at them, and I kind of chuckle at them, and they say, "What's so funny? I got a good deal." No, you were a good deal. They took advantage of you, and now you can't get your money back. And so you wasted money thinking you're saving money because they bought fakes. That website looked good, but of course they can't return it. Who in the world would give them their money back? It's fake. The coin they bought may have cost them $2 or $3 to make and ship to them, and they paid $28 or $25 for them because they got a great deal. You cannot buy Silver Eagles less than the spot price of silver plus the premium for the Silver Eagle. So if the spot price is $25, you're going to pay about $28 or more for that Silver Eagle, because that spot price is not the real price of silver. It's a paper price of silver. Okay. Enough said about that, because what you want to learn is this: if you would have bought, because of these increase in value over time, and we never know how rare they're going to be until years after. That's why these are like taking $100 a month and sticking it in a mutual fund and let it sit. You remember that old story they used to feed us? Well, that's a lie, that story. I know, because I've done that for 40 years and it didn't work. I barely had the same amount of money I put into those mutual funds after those 40 years. Made a little bit, but it didn't double, it didn't triple, because it goes up and goes down and goes up, goes down. Over the long haul, it didn't turn into all those big numbers, even with the reinvestments. So you buy one of these at our cost, $105 every month. And if we'd have been in existence in 86 and you would have bought 34 years worth times 12 months times $105, well, that's less than $50,000 you would have spent. But if you had one of each of these every month, you got a collection worth over $1.2 million. There's nowhere you could have made that kind of return in anything for that $50,000 invested at $100 a month over those 34 years. Nothing. So learn those stories. And then it's learning the question of, hey, would you like to make some extra money in retirement? Like, a lot of people in 7K does. Well, what's 7K? Well, 7K is this 4-year-old company. They got a lot of membership benefits. We want to be a member of it anyway, but we can earn some extra income, having fun, telling people about it, educating people about it. And, they got people like Bob Reid. He got a few people his age group, retired or still working, but needing extra money, and got him to join their team. He started making $500 every week. After a year, he averaged that for that first year. And then, his team grew because they were telling other people and they were telling other people. And his check grew to over $1,000 average the second year. And then May of 2019, his check just jumped to $2,000 a week on average. Well, he took the business pretty serious and started really kind of looking for some younger people to be the future leaders of the company and duplicate his system. And so, you know, he found a couple, he found a few, put them underneath all of us, and you know, they've averaged over $20,000 a month in retirement part-time. Now, he's an unusual story, but look, they got a lot of people making $500 extra a month, $500 extra a week, $500 extra a quarter, $500 extra a year when they're buying gold and silver. I mean, that's a win-win no matter what. And then there's a potential of making a whole lot more as this company grows and expands. And who knows, we might land one of those big whales on our left or our right and start making that kind of income. So the next thing you need to do is learn a few stories. Now, those of you in my group can use my story. And you can use Bruce Harris because he's in my group and I'm in his downline. Bruce Harris, that Idaho potato truck driver. Richard Wayne Hansen, the co-founder of the company, called Bruce before he called Bob. And Bruce watched that video 50 times. And then he finally joined because he couldn't get back in touch with Rich because it just made sense to him. He's driving a truck for 65 hours a week, making $35,000 a year. He needed extra income. He wanted gold and silver, but it was out of his reach. But you know, this made it possible. So heck yeah, he gave it a shot. He kept trying. And you know, he started making $500. And then, you know, he started making $500 every week. And it's because he had Bob Reid and Chris Latin and Dana and Diane Graver and Colleen Lee all on his left side. And then finally he had Ken Torgerson on his right side. And then Christine Campbell. And now, you know, he just became, you know, by the way, when he started making $500 extra week, and it did that every single solitary week for 52 weeks in a row, he quit his job as a truck driver because it got up to $1,000 a week and stayed there. And so at $1,000 a week, that's $52,000 a year, and he didn't have to work those 65 hours. So, you know, and it was a lot better. So all he had to do is go fishing for people who wanted to change their lives financially, wanted some extra gold and silver, wanted to do something different. No, not all of them just said, hey, yeah, I want to, and jumping all over him. No, it took him a long time. He just became a bronze in 2020, a few months ago, a little bit before the fall convention in November in Idaho, or the fall regional. And now Bruce makes $2,000 every week. That's pretty cool because he's got so many points coming up on each of his sides from his team. See, he didn't get all those people. He didn't know Bob Reid. He didn't know Chris Latin. He didn't know Colleen Lee. He didn't know Diane Graver. He didn't know Michael Thorpe. He didn't know Ron Austin. He didn't know all these golds and silvers and their teams on his left side. He didn't know Christine Campbell, but she's on his right side. She's a silver. Ken Torgerson, he's a silver. The man in Idaho, the rancher. So Ken can make that money for the rest of his life, or he can rank up and start making $3,500 a week because he's got enough points coming up on his side to do that. So he's going to be an automatic pay raise when he helps other people rank up. Dana Nelson, the Keller Williams real estate agent, lives in the mountains, 35 miles or so from the Canadian border in Montana. I've been to her house. She has to drive 35 minutes or so down the mountain, down through the forest, and finally make it to the main highway, drive down the main highway toward a city, pull off in desolate nowhere on a pull off to be able to get cell phone reception, to hit the corporate call every Monday. She did for a while, for about a year. But man, she makes $2,000 every single solitary week. And she buys a coin. Okay, so now, how do you do it? Hey, look, for $499, you get a business in a pack. They do everything for you. Got all your website, got all your training, got all your record keeping, keeps everything for you. That's, you got a business in a book, and it is kind of like a recipe. It's kind of like if you bought a McDonald's franchise, they got a recipe. You got to go to their school to run your McDonald's franchise, but that costs you $1 million. Here, costs you 500 grand, and you have an opportunity to make 12,500 a week. 12,500 a week. But what if we fail and we only end up making $500 extra a month for the rest of our life, or $500 extra every other week, or $500 a week, or $1,000 a week, or $2,000 a week? Or like, you know, what makes us not being able to do it like all those other people up there in Idaho and Montana that just got a head start on us because they knew about it. The company's so young right now, anybody can still do this. It's only 4 years young. We're going to have millions and millions and millions of members in this company. I mean, just think about it. Look at the benefit of what you get of membership. Oh, that reminds me. That's why you have to have, when you're seeing one-on-one, and after you watch the video with them, okay, and hopefully you watch the video with them, then you can play my compensation plan video right there. They want to know how to make money, see more details, see a bigger picture. Just pull it up and save it. You just got to save those links. Know where to find them. Know how to get to them. That it's, you know, boom, 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 boom. And not having, oh, well, it could take you 15 minutes to find a dadgum thing. That don't work. You got to get pop, pop, pop. Kind of like it's right at your fingertips. Then you got to have your little PDF. I'm going to just show you what that is now. You got to have your PDF of your membership benefits. Okay? And then you just show that wheel real quick. Tell them about the 7K Advantage program. Tell them about the healthcare plans that are available to them. Tell them about, you know, each one of these, or they get all these benefits from being a member. Any one of them can pay for the membership. But then you tell them, you know, like any network marketing company, it doesn't care if it's Amway, if it's Mary Kay, if it's Herbalife, you buy herbs, or vitamin nutrition company, or weight loss company, you got to buy a product. And it makes you active and you get paid. Well, if you're part of this company, you buy a $1.2 million mistake product, a product of value. See, in all those other companies, at the end of the year, you're going to end up with products out of date, products that
Man, where'd you go?
Products that have an expiration date on them. I'm trying to find a mute button here. I thought, okay. Products that have an expiration date on them. Products that don't have any value or disappeared. And in most states, you got a closet full of products you couldn't consume because you had to buy so much to make a check. that you really didn't make the money you thought you made. That's the case of most of those consumption product businesses. Well, here, you got a product of real value. You end up with 12 of these. You got products that are going to gain in value with time. Just hold on to those suckers. Who's going to buy them? A lot of people in 7K are going to buy them. That's a natural market, but it doesn't matter. Now, these take longer to sell and find a good buyer and get a good price for them than these. These are like cash. Just about anybody buy them. And they all will pay you, better than spot price for them. Or you always want to get better than spot price, okay? Because it's the premium that you're talking about. You won't get all your premium back. But these, you should hold off until you get your price for them, okay? Unless you want a fire sale. Well, that is our overhead in our business. So here's a business at $500. It pays for everything, and your overhead, your electricity, your rent, running a business takes overhead. And so this is your overhead, your $105 a month. Now give yourself 2 years to see how it works for you. See if you develop a big downline, and if you end up having thousands of points in one side, you've already learned. If you're doing your work, you're doing it consistently every day, 5 days a week for 2 years, you're doing Bob's program, then you've developed some skills, attitudes, and techniques, and you're going to get better with them. Now, if you've just been a member, you're a member. That don't count. But you got a lot of benefits from the membership. And you might have a lot of points in your counter. Now it's time to go to work. Now it's time to learn how and earn money. So any case it goes, brand new, been in the business for a while. But what you want to do is make sure you have these little 3 tools right here about Sound Money Wallet, being able to tell them about you being able to have that private banking account inside their own website. And they can, go from cash to gold, cash to silver. They can go member to member. All that is no transaction fees, nothing. They can store up to $25,000 worth portfolio, cash, gold, silver, any mixture, no fees. Now, they can have the silver and gold to cash, well, there's a fee for that, but they give you the highest buyback price. But it's instantaneous. You don't have to be mailing anything, sharing anything. It's low cost. And so you can sell your gold back to 7K or sell your silver back to 7K, bingo, and they put it cash right there in your wallet. Or, you want it shipped to you. They'll take it out, charge you shipping and handling fees, ship it to you. Okay. Just like if you bought it on their website. Okay. And you got it at dealer cost. Here, you've already bought it. They're just going to charge you the shipping and handling fees and insurance fees to ship it to you. Okay, bingo. Pretty powerful. And then our one-page comp plan. Where is our one-page comp plan? Got to be in here somewhere, unless I deleted it. Yeah, I wouldn't have everything on here when I want it. I got to go put our one-page comp plan in here. It's sure not here. Well, anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. It shows one page, shows you how you can make $500 by having one on the left and one on the right. Or if you become a copper, you can make $1,000 by having an associate. That means a person has one on their left and one on their right. That's an associate. and you personally sponsored 1, 2 people, and that person's associate, and that person's associate, you're a copper. Now you're eligible to make 2 $500 cycle checks every week. That's 1,000. Then you duplicate this process. You help those people become a copper like you did, and then you can become a bronze. Okay? And then you help them become a bronze like you did, and then you become a silver. Then you help any one of those people become a silver like you did, and you become a gold. And you can make $7,000 a week, like Pamela and I can as a gold. And so if you have a gold on the left and a gold on the right and a personally sponsored bronze, in addition to your gold, then you can become an executive gold and you make $10,000 a week. Then you can become a presidential gold, make $12,500 a week. Where else can we do that for $500 and an overhead or product of value that you receive in your hand for 105? So lock arms with me, partner up. Let's give this a shot, real good shot for the next 2 years. Real hot and heavy. Let's put our 10 hours in. Let's form a team. And let's do it together. Let's own this city. See, that's all people have to do is stake out and own their city. Or if they live in Houston or Dallas, one of these huge monstrosities, then you say, hey, let's own our area of the city. You know, your little township or whatever you call them there. Okay. But, you know, if the people in Idaho and the people in Montana and the people in Wyoming can make that kind of money that they've made in the beginnings, why can't you do it in the beginnings of your city and your state? It was just as tough for them as it is for you. So let's get going. Let's get rolling. And let's make a ton of money in 7K while you're building wealth, securing your wealth for the future, and earning extra income and building toward a residual income that'll help in those retirement years for the rest of your life and build generational wealth. That's what we're doing. That's what we're all doing with one another. And we're getting some fabulous, great, unique products. And man, I'll tell you what, you know, if you're not starting the newest collection, oop, I thought I had one of each. Yeah, that's the first date. It's sold out. Sorry. Hopefully you might be able to get some if they put some of them on the website just to buy, but they'll go quick, just like the Idaho State Coin did. But the animal variety, individual, unique, rare, exclusive MS-70 state coins for 7K, 139. There's the Appaloosa, Idaho, and there's the butterfly, forgot what they call it, but the morning butterfly of Montana, the first 2 days. They only produced 2,000 of these coins. In our state series, our 50 state series, they produced 5,500 of the first states. Only 2,000 of these. Hope you're making a collection of those, or you're going to miss out. Just like those that missed out on the state series. And it's not too late to get those. But if you start getting them now too, make sure you try and get the original states before the end of the 4-year period collecting your 50 states. Okay. Rare, unique, exclusive products. I always love to show off my Donald Trump coin, my 5 ouncer. Now I have the complete series. I have all of them. Okay. And I'm waiting on my new San Francisco ones. So I have the 5 ounce, the 2 ounce, and the 1 ounce of this. I've got both of the special edition 1 ounce coins, and I'm waiting to get the last one. So I have entire sets of the Donald Trump coins, not just the subsets. It's an exciting thing, learning new, we're doing things new, and it's exciting to be part of something bigger than you and something that's going to help keep you young, and something that's changing markets, changing the world in a good way. And that's what 7K does. So join us in 7K. Give yourself a chance. Learn to believe in yourself. Learn to believe that you can instead of you can't. Let 7K help you achieve some financial independence that you never had before. See you on the beaches of the world with 7K. Have a great day.